What if everything you thought about Robyn Brown was a lie? What if the so-called sweet, sobbing mom TLC gave us was actually the mastermind behind a betrayal so deep, even Kody's other wives were left legally blindsided? And now, Gwendlyn Brown is speaking out. In raw, emotional words, she exposes a version of Robyn we were never supposed to see. And just as fans begin to rally behind her, Janelle's lawyer enters the scene, confirming the unthinkable. Coyote Pass
There's been
was
a couple of emails from Kody. The first one was, why don't we divide it this really weird way? 6 acres and 4 acres and I don't know. Then there's a second one saying, Robyn, I want to sell.
He was like, well, I'll find the realtor and we'll sell it and blah, blah, blah. I don't think that you get to decide what we do with it. Sorry, you are not like the
Kody
head
and
of my
Robyn
family.
may now be in serious legal trouble. And the truth? It's finally unraveling. Tonight, we reveal the buried truth behind the Brown family's biggest deception. And it starts with Gwendlyn's voice, trembling but firm, saying, Gwendlyn shocks fans. Robyn was never sweet to us. Gwendlyn Brown, Christine's outspoken daughter, has once again peeled back the carefully curated mask of Robyn Brown, and this time, it's personal. In a recent livestream Q&A, Gwendlyn was asked casually about her relationship with Robyn. Fans expected the usual polite deflection. But instead, she took a breath, rolled her eyes slightly, and said, I know TLC made her look like this really emotional, sweet stepmom. But that was never how we saw her. She wasn't kind to us. Not really. The chat went silent. And then exploded. Fans immediately took to Reddit, Twitter, and Facebook, echoing what many had suspected for years. Robyn wasn't the victim, she was the orchestrator. Commentary, what Gwendlyn meant. Let's pause. Because Gwendlyn's words weren't random. From a psychological perspective, Gwendlyn is doing what therapists call narrative correction, a process trauma survivors often go through in adulthood, where they reclaim the truth about their childhoods. No matter how uncomfortable it makes others. And this truth? Robyn may have emotionally distanced herself from Christine's kids, and even subtly encouraged Kody to do the same. When Gwendlyn was younger, fans noted how cold Robyn often seemed toward the other wives' children. Now, it appears that wasn't just editing, it was real. The fan backlash and why they feel betrayed. Fans are now dissecting footage with a brand new lens. Old clips from Sister Wives where Robyn hugs her kids but barely makes eye contact with Christine's or Janelle's are going viral again. TikTok is flooded with side-by-side comparisons. Robyn cradling her children, sobbing. Aurora getting a new room. Meanwhile, Gwendlyn, Savannah, and the others? Often in the background. Forgotten. And now that one of the actual children from this show, Gwendlyn, is confirming the emotional neglect fans felt but couldn't prove? It's validation. And a tidal wave of accountability has begun. Enter, Janelle's lawyer. Just when emotions reached their peak, another bomb dropped. A legal expert working with Janelle Brown quietly confirmed what many suspected behind the scenes. Coyote Pass wasn't just a failed dream. It was a legal betrayal. According to this lawyer, paperwork for Coyote Pass was structured in such a way that gave Kody and Robyn significantly more control over the land, despite all 4 wives allegedly pitching in equally. And guess what? Janelle had no legal title. No real claim. Nothing binding. Just promises. Verbal assurances from Kody. And it gets worse. Robyn did have legal influence through her name being on key trust documents. She and Kody, acting like a monogamous couple in polygamous disguise, quietly set up ownership to benefit only their nuclear family. Legal education, why this matters. Most fans don't realize this, but in plural families like the Browns, verbal trust is everything, because legal marriages only apply to one wife. So when Robyn married Kody legally, the power dynamic legally shifted, and if she chose to protect herself and her children, that's understandable. But if she used that legal status to quietly seize control of joint assets? That's another story, and one that could be considered fraud under certain contract law interpretations. The betrayal wasn't just emotional, it may have been financially criminal. Kody's reaction, a man on the edge. So how's Kody reacting to all this? Privately, sources say he's panicking. One insider who worked with the TLC crew said he thought the cameras were his shield. But now he's realizing those same tapes could be used against him in court. Kody reportedly had heated calls with both Christine and Janelle when news broke about legal concerns. And fans believe that's why he suddenly started calling Coyote Pass a mistake and too expensive to develop. He's trying to distance himself. But it's too late. The paper trail exists. The footage exists. And now, with Gwendlyn speaking out, it's becoming clear this entire show might have been built on a false narrative. The bigger picture, why this story matters. This story isn't just reality TV drama. It's a case study in emotional manipulation, property betrayal, legal imbalance in plural marriages, the danger of protecting the golden child wife at the expense of all others. Gwendlyn's voice is giving fans what they've long needed, confirmation from the inside. Janelle's legal trail is opening a brand new chapter, one of accountability, and perhaps, restitution. And Robyn? She may finally be seen not as the victim, but as the central player in a long, strategic takeover of a family once built on faith and unity. She was the sweet one. The victim. The wife with trembling lips, always crying on camera. That's the Robyn Brown the world thought they knew. But behind the scenes, Robyn wasn't wiping away tears. She was writing a plan to protect herself and only her children, no matter what happened to the rest of the family. And now, Gwendlyn Brown has had enough. She's exposing the lies. Shattering the image. And Janelle's lawyer? Just confirmed the land betrayal fans feared the most. Kody and Robyn may have committed the ultimate family fraud, and now, the walls are closing in. Stick around, because by the end of this video, everything you thought you knew about sister wives will be completely rewritten. Gwendlyn drops the truth live, Robyn was never sweet. It began quietly, with Gwendlyn Brown live streaming from her kitchen, just chatting with fans. But then came the question. What was Robyn really like off camera? Gwen's eyes dropped. Her lips tightened. And then she said the line that broke the internet. She wasn't very nice to us. Honestly, the YTLC showed her? That's not how we experienced her. Viewers were stunned. But for fans who've watched this show for over a decade, the moment felt like vindication. Cut back to season 8, season 12, even season 15, Robyn crying, Kody comforting only her, and the other kids, ignored. Now, Gwen was confirming what viewers had felt in their gut for years. Psychology explained, the family myth shatters. From a psychological perspective, this is called myth rupture, when a former insider finally breaks the false story a family or institution has protected for years. In high-control families, the golden child or favorite spouse often gets emotionally elevated, while others are isolated, gaslit, or made to feel invisible. And Gwendlyn? She was done playing along. Her quiet statement ignited a storm of truth. Social media meltdown, fans connect the dots. TikTok exploded. Reddit fans dug up years of footage. YouTube channels like yours are now going viral breaking it down. Side by side showed Robyn hugging her kids, while Savannah, Gwendlyn, even Truly, were left in the background. Fans started calling her the Disney villain mom, beautiful, emotional, but secretly orchestrating everyone else's pain. And the saddest part? TLC let this false narrative grow. Or worse, helped shape it. The legal bombshell, Coyote Pass, was never for them. But just when emotions were peaking, the facts came crashing in. A lawyer connected to Janelle Brown dropped the next shockwave. Coyote Pass was legally structured to benefit Kody and Robyn, not Christine, not Meri, and not Janelle. According to this attorney, Janelle's name was never on any deed. No legal contracts were signed to protect her investment. Kody made verbal promises, but kept the land in a trust favoring Robyn. That's not just betrayal, it's a potential civil fraud case. Legal education, how Robyn gained all the power. Here's what most fans don't know. In plural marriages, only one wife is legally married. In the Browns' case, that's Robyn. That means she gets the tax breaks. She signs the legal documents. She has marital rights Kody's other wives don't. So when Robyn and Kody established ownership of Coyote Pass, they could legally leave Janelle, Christine, and Meri out, and they did. It wasn't just emotional manipulation. It was a slow, quiet financial takeover. Janelle's heartbreak, I have nothing to show for it. This makes Janelle's breakdown in season 17 even more devastating. I have no house. I have no land. I have nothing to show for all these years. Viewers thought she was just emotional. Now we know, she'd been legally erased from her own dreams. And Robyn? Already living in a nearly $1 million mansion while Janelle was in a tiny rental. That wasn't circumstance. It was strategy. Fan reactions, betrayal on camera. Fans are flooding forums with heartbreak. We watched this woman dedicate her entire life to Kody, and he left her with nothing. Robyn played the long game, and she won. But at what cost? Gwendlyn is the hero we didn't know we needed. Many now view Sister Wives not as a family drama, but as a slow-burn financial horror story. Kody's meltdown, damage control in real time. Meanwhile, Kody's been spiraling. He's made statements in interviews saying things like, Coyote Pass is a mistake. It's too expensive. We might walk away. But fans believe this isn't financial stress, it's legal panic. He's trying to walk away before someone sues. He knows the land isn't just real estate anymore, it's evidence. Robyn goes silent, but her daughters can't. While Robyn refuses to speak, her children are showing signs of stress. Aurora reportedly suffered panic attacks during filming. Brianna was often seen crying or avoiding scenes entirely. Sources close to the production say Robyn demanded edits to protect her family image. But here's the twist. When Robyn cries, TLC keeps it in. When Christine cries, they cut to Kody's anger. Was TLC protecting a character or a strategy? Gwendlyn's truth opened the floodgates. Now, other Brown children are joining. Paydon called Robyn manipulative. Michael T. subtly hints at unfair dynamics. Leon distanced completely. Garrison called out favoritism on national TV. This isn't a rebellion. It's a reckoning. Will Janelle file a lawsuit? Will TLC be forced to show the unaired footage? Will Christine speak out now that her daughter has lifted the curtain? And what about Robyn? Will she come clean? Or continue hiding behind silence and tears? One thing's for sure, the show as we knew it is gone. This isn't Sister Wives. This is Survivor, Family Edition. She thought she was building her forever. But Robyn and Kody were already building something very different, in silence, and in secret. We knew Robyn was fake. Gwen just confirmed it. I cried when Janelle said she had nothing. She deserved better. TLC let this happen. They edited truth into fiction. Overlay real social media comments with dramatic music. This makes viewers feel seen, and they'll stay longer to comment too. We spoke to a family therapist, Dr. Lisa Raymond, who specializes in narcissistic family systems. Her words? Disturbing but eye-opening. When one partner in a family system isolates others with emotion and control, that's not just favoritism. It's psychological abuse wrapped in performance. But what if I told you this wasn't the first betrayal? In our next episode, we'll break down the leaked voicemail from Kody's own mother, warning Christine about Robyn's long-term manipulation plan. Yes, it's real, and chilling. It started subtly, during one of Gwendlyn's now infamous live streams. She was doing a casual fan Q&A, laughing, eating chips, answering questions about college, her wife B. Then, someone asked about Robyn. Gwendlyn paused. She glanced away from the camera. And then she said it, softly but with unmistakable pain. She wasn't very nice to us. Honestly, the way TLC showed her, that wasn't what we experienced. That moment hit the internet like an earthquake. TikTokers clipped the quote. Reddit exploded with threads titled, Gwendlyn confirms what we've all felt. Instagram fan pages captioned it with We Knew It. Commentary, what Gwendlyn is really saying. From a trauma psychology standpoint, Gwendlyn's admission is called family myth shattering. When children of high-control families grow up, they often begin challenging the curated narratives they were raised under. Robyn's myth was that she was nurturing and emotional. But Gwendlyn? She's now showing us that those tears may have been manipulative tools, used to gain sympathy, shield herself, and subtly alienate the older kids from Kody. Let's not forget, Gwendlyn grew up watching her father ignore her birthday, forget her accomplishments, and disappear into Robyn's insulated world. And now she's speaking the words so many of the older Brown kids never dared say on camera. Fan breakdown, the receipts we missed. Clips are resurfacing from seasons 12 through 17. Robyn hugging only her kids while the others linger in the background. Robyn talking to Kody in private about feeling unsafe around Christine or Janelle's kids. The infamous "we don't feel welcome at Christine's" conversation that now reads like manipulation. With Gwendlyn's words, fans are realizing something dark. Robyn may have used emotional weaponry, like crying, playing victim, and isolating behavior, to consolidate control over Kody. While the emotional betrayal stunned fans, the legal revelation nearly broke the fandom. A lawyer associated with Janelle, someone who helped review the property paperwork for Coyote Pass, has confirmed that Janelle never had legal title. Her name? Not on the deeds. Her investments? Verbal, undocumented, unprotected. In contrast, Robyn and Kody had structured the land into a trust that favored Robyn's children. The ownership model was set up to ensure Robyn's family would retain control, no matter what happened to the other wives. Balance scale: why this is massive. In plural marriages, especially with only one legal wife, the power imbalance becomes structural. Robyn, as Kody's only legal spouse, had the ability to sign contracts in her name, access marital financial assets, appear in legal property ownerships, be the default decision-maker in medical and estate matters. That's not favoritism, it's legal hierarchy. But the kicker? Kody didn't tell the others. He let Janelle think she had a claim. Let Christine believe Coyote Pass was a family dream. But behind the scenes? It was always going to Robyn. Emotional fallout, Janelle's devastation. We now understand why Janelle snapped in season 17. Her exact words? I have nothing to show for all these years. I have no house, no savings, no land. Viewers thought she was emotional. Now we know, she was blindsided. Robyn and Kody weren't just emotionally exclusive. They were planning a financial escape hatch. And Janelle was the last to know. Sources close to the production team have revealed Kody is in meltdown mode. He's been making frantic calls, trying to clarify things with lawyers and possibly renegotiate parts of the trust deed before anything escalates. And according to fan investigators, Kody's recent statements about letting go of the land and regretting buying it are not about money, they're damage control. He doesn't want that land anymore because now it's a legal liability. And Robyn? She's silent. No statements. No interviews. Not even vague TikToks. But silence, fans argue, is often the loudest admission of guilt. Gwendlyn isn't alone. Over the past year, other Brown children have spoken out subtly. Paydon saying Robyn was manipulative. Leon distancing themselves entirely from the family. Michael T hinting that things were never fair between the moms. Garrison publicly blasting Kody's favoritism toward Robyn's kids. Now the dominoes are falling. This generation of Brown kids no longer owes Robyn or Kody silence. They've grown up. They've seen the lies. And now, they're writing a new narrative. Will Janelle sue? Will Christine publicly back her daughter's statements? Could a class action style lawsuit emerge from the other wives if evidence of deliberate financial exclusion surfaces? Let's not forget, reality shows are legally risky. TLC owns all the raw footage. If subpoenaed in civil court, those recordings could show a pattern of misrepresentation, coercion, or even fraud. And fans are demanding answers. They want TLC to stop protecting the favorite wife edit. They want Robyn to answer for the power she's quietly accumulated. They want justice for the wives and the kids who were never truly part of the family narrative. So what happens next? Will Janelle sue? Will Christine speak up now that Gwendlyn has opened the floodgates? And will TLC be forced to address the editing and favoritism that may have enabled this betrayal? Drop your thoughts below, because we want to hear from you. Subscribe if you believe the truth is finally being revealed, and justice for the other wives is long overdue. Because in the world of sister wives, nothing is ever as it seems, and now, the mask is officially off.